I'd like to call the planning board meeting for Thursday, April 7th, here in Council Chambers in Sunset Beach at 9 a.m. I'd like to call it to order, seeing that we have quorum. We could please all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Thank you. Does anybody on the planning board want to amend the existing agenda for this meeting? Any amendments? Like to have a motion to approve the agenda for today's meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second, please.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
The agenda as written is approved. I'd like to open up the floor to public comments if there are any. Seeing none, we'll proceed on to old business. Prior to starting the old business, Chad, I think you have something to say about our meeting time and place.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. Due to Wes McLeod not being able to be here today, he has a sickness that has run through his family. Because he cannot be here today, we need to discuss options about moving the meeting to next week. So with Miss Anglin here and talking to her before coming into the meeting this morning, I recommend we recess this meeting when we get to the end of it and to a date and time specific that he can make next Tuesday and Thursday and whatever's the pleasure of the board. And then just need to make the decision on when to recess it to.
Okay, thank you, Chad. I'd like to entertain a motion to recess to a time and date specific this particular meeting to next Tuesday, the 12th of April at 9 a.m. here in Council Chambers. Can we have such a motion?
I so move.
Second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So officially, the next meeting, this meeting will be recessed until April 12th at 9 a.m. Before we proceed, because we're going to be recessing the topic of UDO update discussions, where we're going to start our discussions on Article 6 zoning districts, I'd like to have a conversation regarding our next meeting that was set up for the 21st of April. Ms. Anglin, can you address that, please?
Good morning.
Morning.
I actually double booked the 21st for the rain garden installation and workshop. So I need you all to move the 21st meeting from 9 a.m. to 1 or 2 o'clock or another date.
I think we're going to have to move to another date. I have scheduled a trip to New York around the 9 o'clock time, so I will be in the air at 1 o'clock. So we might have to move it to another day, either that Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm good.
Chad, what do you have any input as to the availability of Wes McLeod for, because obviously the Council of Governments representative is key to our discussions.
Absolutely.
I do not. I can just have that discussion with him. I know that at the council meeting this past Monday night that our town administrator, Lisa, canceled the meeting altogether. So I'll have to get back with you on that one because there was a lot of dates around that. That did not work. The Friday is our Earth Day and Arbor Day event in the park. And then that Wednesday before is ERC meeting. And that Monday and Tuesday I'm in and out of town as well. So I have to look at that.
So that whole week.
That whole week is bad.
Okay.
So I'll have to look at the week after and then see if we want to do back-to-back Thursday meetings or what that looks like and get back with the board. Potentially have an update on Tuesday if that's
okay.
Yeah,
our next regular meeting would be the 5th of May.
Yeah, the 5th of May. I don't know what I'm potentially expecting a final plat submittal by end of the day tomorrow. That will be before you, so I don't know what that will look like with doing a UDO update along with the final plat approval. So I'll have to talk to Wes and staff and see what the what it would look like to move forward. Because technically, right now, we still have 2 scheduled meetings in May anyway. So we'll just have to look at the schedule and see what's going to happen. And I'll be in contact with the chairman to see what would work for us.
Okay,
as
and
well.
then by email, would we be talking individually with the other planning board members to see if a date that you come up with Wes between,
Yes, I
because
will,
otherwise we have to wait until the 5th.
correct. I will
May
make
to
that happen.
Discuss it.
Yeah, I will jump on that and see where it takes us.
Okay.
So we're
And-
talking about, I'm sorry, we're talking about a day between April 25th and April 29th.
Possibly. At worst, we stick to our regular scheduled meeting, the first one in May,
5th.
and then try to double book May up with a UDO update for the 5th and work on that over the next couple of days. But I just don't know. I remember talking to him specifically about his schedule, and every day that him and I threw out didn't work for either one of us. So I
For
will,
that week, the
for that
25th.
week, and then I'll need to see what the following week looks like for him.
Ms. Anglin, would the next, if we establish some other date between now and the 5th of May, our next regular meeting, would it then be called a special meeting? And we would then have to advertise it to our citizens?
May I just ask a question, since there seems to be so much issues with scheduling and all? We could still meet with 4 members.
You could.
Couldn't we,
I mean, as long as there's a quorum.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like again, you need a motion and all that. But I've got to find a date first that will potentially work for staff and Wes, and then get with the planning board.
We'll
and go from there.
re-verify his schedule on the 21st.
I will.
And then we will deal with it.
Yep.
Sybil brings up an excellent point.
Correct.
And we've determined the 20th is out too, for some reason. There's
It's
something else on
it's an ERC
the
meeting
ERC
here,
meeting. Okay.
Yeah.
unless we did it later in the day, on the 20th.
Yeah, later in the day is okay.
And I will not be here, so I'm having to leave right after the ERC meeting.
Okay, all right.
So
We'll
there-
wait to hear from you.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're working on finding a date between the 25th and the 29th.
Correct.
Do we need a motion to officially cancel the meeting on the 21st? I'd like to entertain a motion from the planning board that we will be postponing the meeting of the 21st to a date and time specific that we cannot identify right now. I'd like to have that motion.
Can we at least suggest that for a time or date between the April 25th and April 29th? And have that included in the motion?
That's fine with me.
Okay.
I'm reading you, Chad, to say that
Say that. What was that again?
Richard, I believe, I'll paraphrase, he's concerned that we won't have the meeting,
Mhm.
and he'd like to have a meeting between now
Yes.
and the 5th.
I'll do my
so that
best.
we can get some traction on this,
Yeah,
this topic.
I will do my best to try to schedule something. I just
And
don't.
if we can't, we can make a motion to postpone or cancel the,
Well, I did, and it was to a date and time non-specific, so.
right. But I'm saying if we can't,
For 19 or 412? Okay, because it was moved from the 11th to the 12th.
so can we take the 11th? We've already made that
already
motion.
It's
did
Monday. I don't know if Wes can be here, so I'll have to confirm that.
I'm available.
He
on
said
it.
Tuesday and Thursday this morning.
Good.
Okay, we're gonna, we'll have to revise our motion then for the 12th. Seeing the convoluted schedules and the number of people that we're trying to incorporate that are needed for this meeting, I'd like to entertain a motion that we recess this meeting to discuss Article 6 of the UDO zoning district to a non-date and time specific that we will coordinate with town staff, come up with a date that works for all the parties involved, and then we will publicly advertise that.
hmm
Or you can say April the 11th at 9 a.m. If all of you all can make that.
I don't know if Wes can be here.
I can't.
Can't?
Nope.
Let's do what.
Well, can we have the meeting in another room, or you all are,
It needs to be
No, not
videoed.
really here.
got it?
I'd like to leave this, we're going to have 14 motions here with dates changing.
Yeah.
Right now, we do not have a date for the recessing of this meeting, but one will be publicly advertised once we get our schedules together.
I guess unless Lisa disagrees with me, what I would do is cancel the meeting for today, cancel the meeting for the 21st, and then direct staff to find a date that works over the next couple of weeks that
For
will
both meetings.
for everybody involved.
Okay.
And perhaps I mean, if we're only going to have one meeting on the, because it appeared that this month was only going to be UDO.
Correct.
So if we can only find one date, can we do a morning meeting, the recess, and then an afternoon meeting? So we get,
Let Chad consider that with the parties involved, and
Yeah.
we'll leave that as an option.
because my guess
opportunity
is
option.
we're going to be grinding away on Article 6 for a while.
Yes. Can the motion that Chad read, can we have a second to that, please?
Refresh my
I
memory.
can't make the motion,
You can.
but I need a motion to cancel today's meeting and the 21st, and then direct staff to find a date that will work for all parties involved,
For both meetings.
potentially.
So moved. Second?
I second.
All in, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That was painful.
Yes.
Uh,
A lot of moving parts.
All right, so at this particular time, we need to entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Yes, No.
Recess. He said.
I would adjourn it. We'll just call a special meeting. Yeah, real quick while we're still here, you have Articles 6, and 7. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. So Wes has more material for you. We'll get it when he has it available. But I agree with Mr. Dysinger. I expect us to be chewing on Article 6 and Article 7 for a little bit. So you will not be without material. I just wanted to make sure you had 6
didn't
and
think so.
7. So
I
okay,
agree.
that's all I have.
All right, thank you, Chad. Thank you,
Thank you,
staff.
Chad. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you for your patience, board members. This has been this is complicated, and thank you for our two citizen guests for coming up. Sorry to not have a meeting. I'd like to entertain a motion that this meeting be adjourned.
I so move.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.